Hi, this part of the video group is Learning Objective 3. Identify professional applications of podcasts and wikis and describe guidelines for their use. So podcasts and wikis are becoming more and more popular. It's a way of delivering information and it's a way of communicating with people, especially business people. And so right here, it says in the first paragraph, the Web 2.0 interactivity individuals have enormous influence because they can potentially reach huge audiences. Internet users have the power to create web content, interact with businesses and each other, review products, self-publish or blog, contribute to wikis, or tag and share images and other files. Businesses awfully rightly fear the wrath of disgruntled employees and customers, or they can curry favor with influential plugged-in opinion leaders, the so-called influencers. Like Twitter, other communication technologies such as podcasts and wikis are part of the new user-centered virtual environment called Web 2.0. So, internet users can bypass gatekeepers who filter content, and even extreme views often reach audiences of thousands or even millions. The dangers are obvious. You can sit there and kind of brainstorm what might be concerns. Fact checking often falls by the wayside. Buzz may become more important than truth, and a single keystroke can make or destroy a reputation. So let's look at podcasts and webcasts. Podcasts are more elaborate to produce and require quality hardware. Their use is lagging behind digital media. They have their place in the arsenal of 2.0 strategies, although the terms podcast and podcasting have caught on. They are somewhat misleading. The words broadcasting and iPod combined to create the word podcast. However, audio and video files can be played on any number of devices, such not just Apple's iPod. So webcasting for audio and vcasting for video content could be more accurate. Podcasts can extend from short clips of just a few minutes to 30-minute or longer digital files. I've seen them up to an hour. Most are recorded, some are live. Naturally, large video files gobble up a lot of memory, so they tend to be streamed on a website rather than downloaded. So, how do organizations use podcasts? Podcasting's found its place among various groups. Major news organizations and media outlets have podcast radio shows like NPR, National Public Radio. TV shows from ABC to Fox. Some businesses are trying to get customers' trust after the banking crisis. Nicollet National Bank in Green Bay, Wisconsin is using podcasts. Podcasts are also common in education. That's where I've seen most of them at. Students can access instructors' lectures, interviews, and sporting events and other content. Apple's iTunes U is perhaps the best known example of free educational podcasts from Berkeley, Stanford, and other universities. Podcasts encoded as MP3 files can be downloaded to a computer or a smartphone or an MP3 player, so you can go on the go. Delivering and accessing podcasts. Businesses have embraced podcasting for audio and video messages that do not require live presence, but yet they see a friendly human face. Okay. They can podcast repetitive information that does not require interaction. They can replace the costlier live teleconferences. IBM is training its sales force with podcasts that are available anytime. Real estate agents create podcasts to enable buyers to take virtual walking tours of available homes at their leisure. I have a friend that she's a real estate agent, and some of her homes that she really wants to sell, she is doing a podcast where you could do a virtual walking tour through the home, the backyard, the front yard, and see most of the features of the home, enough to make it worth your while or not to go out and actually see the home. Corcoran Group's channel on YouTube features professionally produced videos of luxurious real estate properties in New York. HR policies, which is human resource policies, can also be presented in the form of podcasts. Podcasts are featured on media websites and company portals, YouTube, with links to YouTube or Vimeo, and they can usually be streamed or downloaded. So Green Talk radio podcasts. Sean daily examines eco-friendly lifestyles, discusses ecology-oriented products, and dispenses tips on becoming more green. So this is how he is getting information out about being more environmentally conscious. Keep going green down to earth. Here's some links that you can tab or click on. Listen now, iTunes. Here's some various guests so that you could click and hear what they have to say. Two major advantages of wikis. Okay. First, wikis capitalize on crowdsourcing, which can be roughly defined as the practice of tapping into a combined knowledge of large community to solve problems and complete assignments. The second advantage of wikis is working on the same content jointly eliminates the infamous problem of version confusion. Most wikis store all changes and intermediate versions of files. A survey that found that benefits of corporate wikis include enhancing the reputation of expert contributors. IBM uses wikis to publish documentation for its WebSphere and Lotus products. Now, businesses using wikis. Enterprises using wikis usually store their internal data on an intranet, which is a private network. Internet is the worldwide thing. Intranet means with in-house. An enterprise-level wiki serves as an easy-to-navigate repository of company information, complete with hyperlinks, keywords. In other words, its own little web within the company. Four main uses of wikis in business are shown down here in the figure, which we're going to look at in just a second. Popular, simple-to-use wiki hosting services called wiki farms are PBWorks, Web Paint Center, Wikia, and Wikispaces. Some are non-commercial. Alternatively, explore Google Docs and Google Sites, a page of which is shown in 7.9. So let's look at some of this stuff. Okay, so here's some definitions. Global Wiki is for companies with a global reach. A wiki is an ideal tool for information sharing between headquarters and satellite offices. Members can easily edit their work and provide input to the home office. So this is where you have, what comes to mind to me is maybe if you have insurance agents that's out at a disaster like from a hurricane or something, they can edit their work and send information to the home office so that processing of claims can get done sooner. Wiki knowledge base is teams or departments use wikis to collect and disseminate information to large audiences. Human resource managers update employee policies, make announcements. Wikis for meetings can facilitate feedback from the employees before and after the meetings, and a place where you can go get your meeting minutes. In fact, some wikis may replace some meetings to keep a project on track. I have heard just briefly that this is becoming more and more. For project management, they offer a highly interactive environment for product information with easy access and user input. All participants have the same information, same templates, the same documentation, so everybody's on the same page. Okay, so here's a picture, like a screenshot type picture, creating a wiki with Google Sites and Google Docs. And this is Organic Cities intranet. Remember, that's in-house. Shows a template created in Google Sites, a free user-friendly wiki and website creator. Google Sites and the document editing and revision tool Google Docs. So Google Editor, Google Sites, and Google Docs go together, work together. If you have Chromebook, this is really easy because Chromebooks just love Google Sites. Allow users to create, edit, share, and manage documents online. Unlike in typical wikis, multiple editors can modify all the files simultaneously. So it's like you're in a meeting, but you're not in a meeting. And so this is kind of neat. Yes, I live by a